Good evening, and everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Clayton Anderson. Nearly 50 years of fun, an iconic Buena Vista community business is closing down. KTIV's Nick Reese tells us about the history of Funland The Rink.
Roller skating runs in the Haydenfeld family. Patriarch Vance Haydenfeld used to roller skate to school when he was growing up. When his family settled in Storm Lake, he wanted to be able to give that same joy he got from skating to his children.
When he heard about this place, he decided he was going to go for it because he worked nights at I grade and we didn't need this for a living, so everything went back into the skating rink.
When the Haydenfelds first bought the roller rink in 1976, it needed to be fixed up a little. So it was the kids that got to work and spent the whole summer repairing the building.
It took my brother Larry and I all summer to stud the walls out. And in the meantime, everybody else is, getting ready to put the carpet on and put the acoustic ceiling in. And it was a month-long summer. That was our summer project. We didn't get a summer vacation.
By the time it was all remodeled, Funland was a hit.
We ended up with Friday nights with being about 300 people consistently, so the response is quite good.
That hasn't changed as the years have gone on, and another thing that hasn't changed is the design of the rink.
We've had criticized because we don't update, but we have so many, what we call our Friday night skaters that came regularly. They come in and they say, it hasn't changed. They're just so thrilled. It's just a step back into that time.
Sadly, as the children moved away, it became more and more difficult to manage the rink. And recently, they announced they would be shutting down and selling the property. When word got out, people who grew up going to Funland came back from across the country to skate one last time.
We have from Nevada, Arizona, and all over the state here and other states that I don't even know. So it's really rewarding, and I'm so glad and happy to be able to create that feeling in those people.
And it's clear that although it might be gone soon, Funland will never be forgotten.
This is a cultural icon in this community, local. It is enshrined here. It's a place where people can come, kids of all ages can come, and it's well run, so I think it's a bittersweet moment for sure. It's hard to believe that it's actually happening.
In Storm Lake, Iowa, Nick Reese, KTIV News 4.
Today was the final day where people were able to skate at Funland, and Ada says the property will likely be sold to Quick Trip.